Hey, and if you are starting to prepare your Christmas crafts, then check this one out. This is a count to Christmas board. This is something you can use on your family notice board at home, or you can put them on your fridge. I've made these out of my Gingerbread SVG Alphabet. Here it is. It's free to download. I will drop the link to that below, and it is adorable. It's an SVG alphabet, but I'm showing you in this tutorial how to take one layer of SVG and convert it into a multi-layered file and then make it into a print and cut. And today we're making Sleeps Till Christmas magnets. So what will you need? You're going to need the printable magnetic paper. I will show you that now. So this is the one that I use. I'll pop the link below. It's like a glossy magnetic paper, but the back is magnetic and it is just fab. So you can use that for so much. You're going to need my Gingerbread alphabet. You can use also any of my printable alphabets. If you don't want to work through the tutorial and make your SVG into a printable, then you can use any of my printable alphabets. So I'll pop the link to those below, or you can use any of my SVG alphabets and use the same principle. You can do Sleeps to Holiday, Sleep Till Disney, just using any of my alphabets. It's such a great way and such an interactive thing for either the family board, if you've got one of those, or the fridge, because it's just, and you could also cut out full alphabets. If your kiddies are into space rockets, then do a space rocket alphabet and put it on your fridge. Also great for cruise cabins because all the walls are magnetic. So okay, let's head over to Cricut Design Space and let's make a Sleeps Till Christmas countdown. So we're going to start by uploading all of our numbers. So I've uploaded most of them. I'm just going to upload this last one because it's an SVG. It will just go straight into Cricut Design Space. It doesn't matter because we'll change it to a print and cut image after. So I'm going to just drag them all because they come in big, and select all and drag them small, and that's going to give you the size you want. Then use your fingers on your trackpad or your mouse to scroll in. And then you just want them so that the size you're going to work in, you're working with a reasonable size, i.e. a 12 by 12, and they're all the same size. Then you're going to head to the bottom right hand corner and you're going to click on background colour. I'll just change mine to a pale grey and then start contouring your letters. So we'll start with number 1. I'm going to make it white because that's my colour that I want my top layer, and I'm going to duplicate it. So now what we can do is we can start to contour. So we're going to go to the bottom right hand corner and click contour. The contour tool has changed now. When you hover over it, you can see that it goes highlights green if it's been clicked, and you can still find all of your elements in the sidebar. So I'm going to just go through all of my sidebar and find the elements I want to get rid of. So I'm getting rid of the candy canes for this, the bow tie and the mouth on the gingerbread man, and those 2 little crosses that make up his buttons. So it's just about going through and finding them. You can click on them, but you can also do it in the sidebar. It's really important now to click apply, because if you don't click apply, you lose it. So now I'm going to put that to the back, and I've duplicated my layer. So now I can go back into the contour tool and I want to get rid of the cream. So I'm going to scroll down the side and find the elements that make up the cream on top of my hot chocolate. So you can see that if they've already been highlighted, they do pop up green. I'm also going to just get rid of those 2 eyes just so that they're done. And I want, it's just 3 elements in that hot chocolate. So if you can't find them in the side, click on the image. That also works. Duplicate that layer, then you're going to put one over and send it to the back. I'm going to turn that like a very, very pale pink. So I'm just going to drag that about because I'm going to use 2 colours of pink. Then I'm going to go back to my duplicated layer and go back to the contour tool. So now I want rid of the marshmallows. So it's really fiddly. So sometimes with the smaller elements, it's easier to find them in the sidebar. So find them and just make sure that you click apply. If you don't click apply, like I haven't now, you lose it. So you have to go back into it and find them again. Bit of a faff that, and it's an upgrade that I'm not sure I really like because I've been clicking off it constantly. So yeah, you've got to make sure that when you remove those contours, you go to the bottom and you click apply. I'm going to duplicate that and send that to the back, and they're going to be more of a shocking pink, or not a shocking pink, a candy pink. So I'm just going to make them a bit of a pinker pink, And it's just so that I can see, well, no, you've got to get your colour right actually, because we're going to flatten it. This is going to be a printable image. I'm going to just remove the snowflake there. Again, not pressed apply. You've got to press apply. And I'm going to really struggle getting used to this update. Send that to the back, and you are going to make that. Do we do green? No, I think we're going to go for blue, which is more of a snow colour, isn't it? Now my last layer, I'm going to hide all contours and just take the bits out in between. So I'm not sure what colour to go for here. I think ultimately I'll pop that green to the back and see what it looks like. I don't like it. So I've also, if you can see, just taken out the contour of the cup handle, and then I've made it brown. I think brown just works because it is candy floss. Not candy floss, sorry, gingerbread. So now I'm going to select it all. I'm going to align it so it's completely central. So align it centrally. And then I'm going to right click and I am going to flatten it. And once you've flattened it, that has made it into a print and cut image. So we're going to run through that again, just so that if anybody's struggling, we're going to do it twice. But if not, you can fast forward until I finish this bit, and we're going to remove the contours on the 0. So I've turned my top layer white. My second layer that I've duplicated, I am going through and removing all of the elements in the candy canes and the gingerbread man, apart from his eyes. So we're just going to go through and either click on the sidebar until you see your contours turning black, and then you know that they're gone, or you can click on the actual elements itself. It's up to you the way you do it. The smaller elements are definitely more fiddly, and because I'm doing this again and again, this letter, I'm sort of getting used to where they are. So once I've done that, I'm going to turn that red. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to send one of those layers to the back. And then we're going to go onto the duplicated layer, and we're going to remove the contours in the cream, the eyes, and that's it, just for the top of the cup, so that we've got our cream or hot chocolate whip, whatever it is on top, froth. We're going to just remove those contours and duplicate that. We're going to turn that a pale pink and send that to the back. Then we're going to go back into the duplicated layer, and we're going to remove the contours of the marshmallows, which are going to be a stronger pink. So I'll duplicate that, send that to the back, and that is going to be that pink there. Then we're going to go in and remove the snowflake. So that's easy. You can click on it and click apply, turn that blue, send that to the back. Now we're going to go to the last layer. So we are going to hide all contours, but then open up the center of the O and the handle. And I didn't click apply. So make sure you click apply. It's so frustrating. Turn it brown. And then you're going to send it to the back, centralize it all so that everything is centered perfectly, and then you can flatten it. And you can continue through and do the whole alphabet or number set, whatever you're working through. And this is how you're going to make a letter, a colour printable letter from an SVG. It's very easy. So I've gone ahead and done the whole alphabet, and here they are. So now you just need to arrange them. So it's just about arranging them so that you can send them to print and cut. I also, actually, before I do that, I am going to make my sleeps till Christmas. So I've grabbed a free rectangle, I've unlocked it, and I'm just going to sit 2 numbers on the top, because your numbers need to sit on the top of this, just so that when you put it on the fridge, that's going to be your base, and then you just move your numbers in and out depending on the day. So I'm going to click and turn this white and make it print and cut. Then we're going to add an offset. I'm just going to make that just so that I've got a bit of a border, and I will turn that red. I'm going to add a second offset, and I think I'm going to turn that white. It's just so that it's got a bit of detail. And then you're going to go into your text tool on the sidebar and type sleeps till Christmas. And what I'm going to do is do that on 2 rows. And what I'll do is just put return, change that to a capital T, click return there, and I'm going to centralize those so they sit centrally. So these are going to go up on my banner. So what I'm going to do is just go into my text tool first, choose my font, and then I can mess with the spacing. So I'm going to go and use my system fonts, and I think I'm going to use Love and Beach, I think. So let's have a look at what we've got here. So there's a few different ones I can try, but that's a bit too curly. Yeah, you can use what you want, but I do like something just a bit more simple. So Love and Beach, I think that works really, really well. I'm going to change the colours of all the letters, and then first of all I'm going to go into the line spacing and reduce it because there's a massive big gap in there. But you need to get your font first because that changes depending on what font you're using. So once I'm happy, I'm going to just get all my sizing right. Then I'm going to get my text and move it away. I'm going to go to the top right hand corner and I'm going to ungroup it. And the reason I've done that is because I want every letter to be a different colour. So I'm going to work with the same colours as my layers. So we're going to have a red, I've got a pink, a brown, a blue, and then I've missed out there. I need to add the dark pink in as well. And then all I'm going to do is just colour the whole lot in those colours. So just rotate them so that every 4 colours will be a colour, if that makes sense. So you can see now that it's starting to build up and I'm starting to work through my colours. You can do this in any colour you want. You can do it all the same colour, whatever combination suits you. But I just wanted it so that it matched all of my print and cut numbers above. So once I've done that, I'm going to pop the back in place behind it, select all, and I'm going to flatten. Now you can see when you put our letters in shape or in place, we just want to make sure that they fit. So I'm just bringing them up and now I'm going to start to line them in. And when we line them up, the aim is that I'm going to flatten them so that I can print and cut them together so that they're all arranged, and that saves wasting space. But make sure you duplicate your 1 and your 2 because you will need those twice. And what you need to do is get your letters together and then you click flatten, and if you get a red exclamation mark on your flattened image, then you know that it's too big, so you can go back and resize it. But what you've got to make sure is that all your letters are the same size and that 2 letters fit on top of your Sleeps Till Christmas banner. And that way it's going to be the right sizing and the right combination of size. I will drop a print and cut video below if you're not familiar with print and cutting, so that that can take you through step by step how to print and cut. So I've lost a bit of my video, but basically I ended up print and cutting a 3x3. So it was 3 letters across, 3 letters down, and that worked perfectly. And here it is on the mat. So we're going to send that to print and cut. And it's really important to remember that when you send it to print and cut, it will offer you the chance to use system settings. Use those. You generally have to reduce Design Space down and go behind to get the box, and you want to print it on fine settings, and that is better than the Cricut settings. And when it asks you for material settings, if you're using your magnet paper, there is a printable magnetic paper setting, so that's the one you want to use, but on more pressure. And here we are cutting out, and you can see here now they've cut out. They are really lovely. So I need 2 hands to do it, but you can see that actually they've turned out really, really well. Okay, so they're all cut out and ready, and I thought rather than showing it on my fridge, I'm going to show you it on this board. If you've got a family board in your kitchen, then this is a really good thing to have on your family board. So you can have all your magnets to one side, and all you've got to do is make sure that you double up on your 2 and your 1, because they're the 2 numbers that are going to appear twice in the month. This is a really great thing for the elderly because I can leave it. You can use any of my alphabets, or you can use my printable letters. I wanted to make it with this one because it's just a really cute one. It's great for little ones because they can work out countdowns, but it's also just a great thing to have for the kiddies to get up in the morning and do the next day, work it out, and just that joy when you get to that, even for adults. And these are so easy to make with flattening. And how did you find that? It's a bit time consuming and labour intensive making your numbers because you've got to do the contours on each and every one. But once you've got that and flattened them, you've got them forever. So you can print them out every year. You can print them out as gifts for others. You can use the numbers for scrapbooking, for card making, and you don't have to use them on magnetic paper, but you've got them there in your Design Space ready to use. Thank you so much for watching along. If there's anything else you want to see for your family boards, then let me know and I will create it. Please do let me know how you get on making yours. Don't forget to check out my other tutorials, and I will upload the tutorial showing you how to make the layered files for this in Procreate, because that's just a resource that you could use outside Cricut Design Space that saves you time. And when Cricut Design Space isn't working how you want it, it means you can still work. Thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting, and I'll see you next time.